Hi there, Sandra here from Create in Spain. Today's card is going to be made using leftovers. Now normally I don't make this shape card. Normally they're sort of standard sized, but I happen to have a piece of relatively thick white card that was that size, and I thought, well, why not? Why not make a card that size instead? So I found a scrap of black and white stripy card, and that's gone on the front. Now here I have a piece of card which is probably about 6 centimeters by 1.5. The actual dimensions doesn't make too much difference. You want to fold over a piece which is probably about 1 centimeter or so, and fold it over again and again. You want it to be divided into 5 sections at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That was just luck. Honestly, I didn't measure it, it was luck. And what you want to do with those is you want to make them into little cubes and either stick them or use your double-sided tape in order to close them up into that cubed shape and just allow them to dry. If you do that first of all, by the time you're finishing off the card, they'll be well set and everything will be nice and stable when you've made your card. There we are. Now the other thing about this is I'm using all sorts of print and cuts or scan and cuts, depending on which machine I've used to cut them out. And I'm going to make the front of the card with all these various different things. I want to glue that on at a jaunty angle. That will do nicely, and then I can trim off the excess. Like that. I think it just looks more natural if the bunting has got a little bit sort of off cut of the side, and I think I might put that inside. I've been thinking of putting that one inside, but I think it's just a bit too big, so I think I'm going to save that for the inside, and I'm going to put that on the front instead, along with a sentiment. I could put this up on a piece of foam. Now the card that I'm using for this is very lightweight. It cuts really well, which is nice. It goes through the printer well, which is even more important if you're doing a print and cut, because some cards really do not like going through the printer, or the printer doesn't like some cards going through it, more to the point. And there we go. There's our cut. So that's quite a fun looking card. Nothing too complicated so far. And what I might do is to get a black pen and just keep going with that black stripe. There, I completed that bit, and it makes it look like I actually cut the inside of the handles out, and of course I haven't. And you've just missed a tiny bit that would be just about there. There we go. That was easy. Very much of a cheat there. So inside the card, all I want to do is to make this pop up. And the way that you can do that is to use these squares or these cubes. I'd accidentally deleted a piece of footage which showed me putting the pieces inside the card, so I'll do it with this piece here. So you want to work out roughly where the handle is and make sure that your piece isn't going above or below the card. So round about there. And you want to have a piece of sticky tape or your glue on the bottom of this cube. If you're sensible, of course, you'll just mark the height with a pencil or something first to make sure you do get it in the right place. That would be the obvious way of getting it sorted out without too much difficulty. I've still got it a little bit on the low side, but okay, this is just a test one, so it's not too drastic. If you mark that one where it needs to be and then mark the height of the top of the other handle, so you can put the other one on, slide it under the handle and make sure it goes into that card fold. So you've got your two tabs there, and you want to put the glue only on these top squares. But when you fold it down flat, you can then place your handles over the top like that. You put your glue or your tape on that first square, like that. Don't go over the crease of the cube, and then you shut your card down onto it. And when you open it, it will pop up. So it's a little bit stiff. There we go. So it will close and it will open up. It works a lot better with a stiffer card, I can assure you. Now, the only thing that you have to remember is that the image that you choose for the inside needs to actually fit the card. This obviously is a little big for this size card. And you want to make sure that when it's closed, nothing is sticking out of the sides, because that ruins the surprise. And there we go. That will be the card opening when it's actually opened, which would be really lovely. And I need to put a sentiment in there. Here's the finished card. I've added a sentiment. Now, I did use my silver bullet to do this because I looked at the text on my Scan and Cut. I've got something like 4 fonts. Wasn't going to cut it as far as I was concerned. And it's a very easy thing to do this on my machine, so that's what I did with a silver Signo pen. That's the one that I've used today. And I've just added 3 little gems up there, so very little in the way of sparkle and glitz. And then on the inside it says, and I'll do the washing up. I think that's a fun card for a friend to give, and I think most people would be quite happy to receive that. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit modern, a little bit more funky. Oh, I just think it's fun. So I hope you've enjoyed that card. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye bye.